Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading today may apply to all of you watching. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and for your situation, and release the rest to the universe. So let's see what messages the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to know? Sorry that I was hot and cold. Oh boy, guys, have you had to go through this experience with your person where they were hot and then they were cold and you felt like you were on an emotional roller coaster ride? Because that is what this hot and cold stuff will do to you. It can make you feel like everything is great, and then they pull back their energy and you don't know what's going on. You don't know whether you're coming or going. And you don't know where you stand with this person because you are so genuinely confused. And it's not really about your person being confused. It's about, well, kind of like playing games here. It's a very immature thing to do. But many times people do this hot and cold thing because they feel comfortable and they feel like, okay, this is it, let's go. And then they start putting in all this effort and energy, and you're feeling like things are going to go great with this person, and then they just turn it off and they shut down. And what they are doing when they do that, they're trying to control how this relationship is developing and unfolding. It is about them trying to control their emotions, their feelings, and what is happening, because in that place where things are going great and things are hot, they can feel and see that this relationship has such strong potential to go long term. And then they turn it off because they see that there is this opportunity for this connection to go long term, and they shut it down because they're not ready, or they're fearful, or they don't want to grow up, or whatever it is. But your person is genuinely regretting this hot and cold stuff, and they will apologize to you in person for all of this, because that creates so much confusion. For you guys out there watching the reading, has this happened to you? Did you go through this with your person? Drop us a comment and let us know, because this is one of the things that can make you feel like you are absolutely going out of your mind here. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? I hate that I made you cry. Well, your person does feel some guilt for that. That is for sure. They don't like the fact that they made you cry. They don't like the fact that they were hot and cold. They don't like how they treated you. And they are feeling some guilt and regret. Actually, a lot of guilt and regret for all of this at the moment, because they know that it was childish. They know that they should have done things differently with you. And they certainly are acknowledging here that as the two of you have this opportunity to reconcile and start moving towards union, they're not going to behave in this way anymore. No more games, no more gaslighting, no more self-sabotaging behaviors, no more hot and cold. And they don't want to make you cry from your broken heart ever again, because they are feeling that as well. They're feeling the broken heart that they brought upon themselves during the time that you are in this separation from each other. They're having to deal with that and go through that as well, because they are being accountable for these things that they did here that created the damage in this relationship, which they are also saying was foolish on their part, but they didn't have the maturity at the time to be able to be all in this relationship with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? I've been betrayed in the past. So this can be why your person has acted and behaved the ways that they did, but that is not an excuse for their behaviors. It's certainly not an excuse for making you cry. It's not an excuse for being hot and cold either. When we are betrayed in the past by people who have hurt us, you guys, this has happened to you as well. We are supposed to work through that and not carry all of this baggage with us throughout our lives. This is how we grow. When someone betrays us, we're supposed to work through it. We're supposed to grieve. We're supposed to heal from it so that we can become a better person and a better partner, because you are certainly not going to allow someone to betray you again if you work through this properly. You guys have probably been betrayed in the past. My goodness, you've probably been betrayed in the present by this person because of their hot and cold stuff and all their actions, words, and behaviors that were low vibration that made you cry. Your person needs to address these things, their betrayal, their past betrayals, because these things have no business being in this person's life right now. This stuff that happened in the past, they need to let it go. But this as well is one of the things that they are working through during the time that you are in this separation space while you are preparing for union. Let's see what other messages the universe wants to reveal for this reading today, please. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? I regret that I drove you so crazy. Well, yes. You guys must have felt like you were on this emotional roller coaster ride to Crazy Town. And that is how it can feel with all of this stuff. Making you cry, making you feel confused, making you feel insecure because they've been betrayed in the past. This is not good behavior dynamics for a relationship. But they do regret this behavior. They do feel guilty, and they want to make sure that they never allow something like this to ever come back into this relationship. And they don't want to hurt you like this ever again. When they show up, they're not going to do this off and on, back and forth, hot and cold stuff. They will be in this relationship with you. They are working through this betrayal stuff as well because they don't want to be on this crazy train with you either. And although they were driving the train, they were the conductor driving this crazy train that you were a passenger on, they are saying here that they are going to let that go so that it no longer negatively impacts your relationship. Because what they're saying here is that they have grown up and they have worked through these issues that have kept them stuck. This betrayal stuff from the past, they've been working through this. They've been working through their insecurities and their fears and their rejection stuff and their issues and everything else that has held them back from this relationship because they want to be the partner you need them to be. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? I know we'll find our way back to one another. And yes, you will. You know that as well, guys. In your heart and in your soul, you know that you and this person will find your way back to each other, don't you? Do you have faith? Do you believe? Do you have faith in your person and in the universe and in yourselves and in this connection as well? Your person is saying here, I shouldn't have done this stuff. And I am hearing that they feel so much guilt. They feel so ashamed of themselves. And they're even disgusted with their behavior because it wasn't fair to you to make you cry, to put you on this emotional roller coaster ride from hell, to be this train conductor that drove you to Crazy Town. They are saying here, I need to do better and I will do better because I understand myself now and I have been working through the things that have held me back from being in this relationship with you, and I will not commit these same kind of behaviors, low vibration actions, and words with you again, because I am healed of all of these things from the past, and I am ready to let this go. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. I'm really interested to see what the tarot is going to show today, guys, actually, with these cards, because they are very interesting, to say the least. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear for this reading today, please? What do we need to know? What other messages does the collective need to hear for this reading? What do we need to know, please? The Ace of Wands. Well, this is actually a really good card to get for this reading, guys, because it tells us and shows us that your person has gone through a transformation that comes with the Ace of Wands. I just realized you guys can't see that in the camera frame. Let me just adjust really quickly. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands supports the spiritual awakening and growth that your person is going through. And that is why they're saying here, I'm sorry I made you cry. I'm sorry I was hot and cold. I regret that I drove you crazy. This tells us and shows us that your person is being accountable and responsible to you and to this relationship and to the universe. And this is why they're saying here as well, I know we will find our way back to one another. The Ace of Wands is about this fresh start with you and your person. They want to start over with you. Only this time there'll be no hot and cold. There'll be none of this crazy tears. There'll be none of this being on the train to crazy town anymore, because your person has gone through the growth that they've needed to go through in order to show up and be this partner for you. And you will find your way back to one another, because the Ace of Wands is a card of action, because your person will initiate this reconciliation with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? Well, this is the Moon. You know, the Moon is a card of melancholy and sadness, and your person may definitely be feeling that at the moment. Sad, tears of their own, for making themselves cry, actually, because of how they hurt you and hurt this relationship and hurt themselves in the process. Their actions were not well thought out, and they are able to say that as well. The Moon is a card of dreams and illusions, and what this is telling us, your person is working through all of the illusions. And what are illusions? Things like fears, insecurities, things that don't belong in our lives, this stuff from the past that they have been, this emotional baggage that they've been dragging with them, all of this stuff, they are releasing it and working on letting that go, because that Ace of Wands is causing them to do that, since these cards are side by side. But your person dreams of you at night, hoping to dream of you, wanting to connect with you in that 5D space so the two of you can spend time together. But right now, what I'm hearing for this reading more specifically is that the Moon is a card of this melancholy, sadness, perhaps even depression that your person is feeling as they take the ownership and responsibility for all of the things that they have done in this relationship that hurt you, that made you feel like you were going crazy, that broke your heart, that made you cry. And they are taking that on, and they are feeling it. And they're doing this so that they can heal the things that are broken within them, and then start making their way back to you. Let's see what other messages the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? What do we need to know about what is happening here? Well, this is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about change, and change for the better is coming into the situation for you and your person. First of all, they are changing. They are growing, and they are getting rid of childish behaviors, immature things, and wanting to be an adult in this adult relationship with you. The Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of the universe, and it tells us that yes, you have a fate to fulfill with this person for this lifetime. And this is part of the reason why your person is going through this growth, because the universe is at work in their lives, trying to show them, yes, this is what you need to fix, this is what you need to heal, and this is why you don't treat people the way that you have treated them, which could indicate that your person could perhaps be receiving some karmic payback at the moment for all of this stuff. These first four cards, well, these three cards actually, hot and cold, making you cry, and driving you crazy. They could be receiving some karma for that, because the Wheel of Fortune is about karma. And sometimes the universe has to give people a healthy dose of that karma to wake them up and shake them up. And if that is happening for your person, so be it, because that's what's going to cause them to continue on this spiritual growth and grow up to be the partner you need them to be. But the Wheel of Fortune also tells us that the situation between you and your person is not completed. There is unfinished business here with the Wheel of Fortune showing up, but it's also telling us about a change for the better is coming between you and your person. But them, your person, initiating that change for the better with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What does the universe want to share with us, please? Eight of Pentacles. Well, I'm actually not surprised that this came up today, to be honest. This is about life lessons. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of the apprentice, the card of the student. And at the moment, your person is the student of the universe, with this Wheel of Fortune being right next to it. They are going to school and the universe is teaching them lessons. Absolutely. And that is how it needs to be. Again, they could be having some sort of karmic payback, though, guys, truly. Probably not for everyone that's out there watching this reading. For your person, I don't feel like everyone is getting it, but some could definitely be receiving some sort of karmic implications for their words, their actions, and their behaviors that were so hurtful to you. But the Eight of Pentacles tells us your person is improving themselves, because it is the school of the universe here. And your person going through this growth, this sadness that they're feeling for all of the things that they did, is a teacher for your person, as is the karma for those of you whose person is receiving some karma right now. But the Eight of Pentacles is about your person improving, growing up, transforming, changing, because it is the life lessons that are part of the reasons that we are on this planet to begin with. And your person is getting it. And this is what they need to get, guys. For some of you, your person is able to learn these lessons and work through their stuff. But for others, sometimes your person wants to resist the change, resist the growth, and hold on to their ways and not want to change. But when the universe knocks on your door and says it's time for you to change, it really is time for you to change. And if you resist that change, they will light a fire under you in one way or another to cause that change to happen. And this is what is happening for you guys. Well, for your person. Okay, guys? Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear about what is going on with this person and this connection? Well, this is the Chariot. The Chariot is about forward movement. It is about progress. It is about success. So, what this is saying here is a couple of things. First of all, it's telling us that your person is going to be successful at overcoming all of this stuff. That they will be successful at learning the life lessons that they're having at the moment, at overcoming the karma that's been dropped on their heads, at overcoming this melancholy and sadness, and that they will be successful in being able to change and evolve and improve themselves in terms of growing up and becoming a better person, as well as the spiritual growth and transformation that's happening with them as well. The Chariot is a card of success. The Chariot is ruled by Cancer. So if you or your person have your sun, moon, or rising signs in Cancer, this can be a place of validation that there's a message here. You don't have to be Cancer for this reading to work or resonate with you. And it's interesting that that is the only card for any astrology that shows up today. These are collective readings and they are for everyone. Okay? But what I'm seeing here as well, does someone need to have some work done on their car? Is everything okay with your vehicle, guys? Especially with that Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot being side by side. Does it need a tune-up? Does it need spark plugs? Does it need an oil change? Does it need an inspection? Whatever it is, pay attention to your vehicles. there's something that someone out there may need to hear concerning this message specifically, because the Chariot can be our vehicles, our automobiles. But the Chariot is also a card of movement, and it tells us that things are going to get moving between you and your person, because we have this Ace of Wands over here supporting that as well. Change is happening, growth is happening, things are changing, your person is growing up. Yes, they're feeling all of the heavy weight of this sadness, this melancholy, this grief, this guilt for all of the stuff that they did that was so hurtful to you. But that is where the lesson occurs, and it's causing them to grow and transform the way they need to, so that they can show back up for you and be this partner who's not going to do any of this craziness again and not drive you crazy in that way ever again. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What messages does the universe want to share with the collective, please? What do we need to know? The big picture. This card comes with number 6. So this is about an angel that is looking down upon the world, obviously, and there are these beautiful pink flowers growing out of the world. And this card makes me want to just pause for a moment and say a prayer for the world, for everything that's happening here in all the countries where there are wars and bad things happening everywhere, guys, and the weather, and there's hurricanes and volcanoes are erupting, and things are just really overwhelming all around the world. We ask that the universe protect everyone and keep us safe from these things. Amen. And so it is. This is about your person being able to see the big picture of everything. They're able to look at it from the 20,000-foot view. During the time that you've been in separation, they're able to see it from a clearer perspective. And they are understanding that, yes, we belong together. This is also the divine guidance that is coming at your person to give them ideas, inspiration, guidance, love, encouragement, support, to help them come back in your direction. And with that moon card being there, perhaps your person's guides or angels are appearing to them through their dreams as well. The bottom line with this is that your person is awakening to so much more now than where they saw things before, because they've had a major wake-up call. When the universe says, like I already said, when the universe says it's time to change, we have to change, or our lives are going to get increasingly more difficult. And yes, for some of you that has happened for your person, but they can see so much clearer now. This is about being able to have a clearer perspective than what they had before. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What does the universe want to share with us? What do we need to know? What is happening here, please? Great big love. Well, there is this great big love that is here between you and your person. And that could be part of the reasons why they were doing this craziness in the past, why they were hot and cold, why they drove you so crazy, why they made you cry, because they didn't have that ability within themselves to put forth the effort that was required to maintain and sustain a relationship of this magnitude. This is a great big love. And both of you felt it when you first met, didn't you? You felt that love explode within your hearts when the two of you first met. Also, many times when there is this great big love between two people, they have to overcome challenges in regard to this great big love. And for most of you watching this reading, this is you. You're in that space where you're having to both overcome challenges. Your person's having to grow up. You're having to deal with not having them in your life at the moment, and all the damage that they did by making you cry and doing this hot and cold stuff and driving you crazy. You have to heal from all of that as well. But that is what this time of preparing for union is about. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What does the universe want to share with us? What do we need to know, please, about this whole situation? I love this card. Phoenix, transmutation. And that supports that Ace of Wands so much, guys, because the phoenix is the bird that rises from the ashes of all of the ruin that they have brought upon themselves. I'm talking about your person at the moment. And rising successfully out of those ashes to be reborn by the fire of spirit, by the fire of the universe. Yes, and this is what is needed to happen for your person. Again, sometimes the universe is going to turn up the heat if they have to wake somebody up, and they have no problem doing it to whoever they need to get them to wake up. It's how the people upstairs work. It's how our angels work. It's how our guides work. It is how the heavenly administration works. So your person is going through this transformation. And that supports that Eight of Pentacles, because this person has needed to rather go through this growth for so long, and they have resisted it. I mean, especially for them to say, I've been betrayed in the past. Well, why didn't you deal with it then? In the past, when it happened, instead of dragging it into this relationship with you guys watching the reading, and creating all of this chaos and confusion and ridiculousness when it really didn't need to be there because they hadn't done the work before. But my goodness, they are doing it now. The universe has turned up the heat on this person. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to share? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? True feelings. Well, yes, your person's true feelings are this great big love, and they are going to be able to share that with you. They will be able to tell you how they feel. They will be able to express this love. And if they have kept that locked away in their heart, behind some wall, or in some like metal box or whatever it is that your person has done to keep them safe because they've been betrayed in the past, it's all going to come pouring out, because that is part of this transformation that they are going through. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? Tears. Well, I feel like you guys watching the reading have probably cried many tears over this whole situation with your person. But they have as well. That is part of that moon card showing up for the tarot portion of the reading. They've been crying tears. Remember, we were talking about them feeling sad, melancholy, perhaps even depressed because of the things that they've done that created this damage through their words, behaviors, and actions, because they've been betrayed in the past. It is not your fault that this person was betrayed in the past and didn't deal with it when they should have. But you have been this tremendous catalyst for this change that this person is going through, so they can deal with it now. I'm sorry about my voice, guys. I have allergies right now, and so it is a little bit, yes, losing my voice a bit here, guys. So that's why I sound the way I do. Let's see what other messages the universe wants to reveal for this reading today, please. What does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? Mixed messages. Well, this comes back to that hot and cold. There is nothing worse than mixed messages. When someone tells you how they feel and then doesn't show you through their actions, there's no alignment. Or when someone shows you that they love you and care about you, but then doesn't back that up with their words, isn't that confusing? That is what mixed messages are. That is what mixed signals are. That is what this hot and cold stuff can be as well. Because you don't know whether you're coming or going with mixed messages. They tell you they love you, and then you have plans for the weekend to go out of town and perhaps go visit some friends or family or have a nice little weekend getaway, and they decide instead to go to the football game. That's a mixed message. It's a simple example, but do you see what I'm saying? I mean, because that is sending someone a mixed message, especially if they didn't tell you until the last minute that this is something they were going to do instead of following through with going with you to go visit your friends, family, or go on your little weekend trip. But because their friend Joe just This is just an example, guys. I don't know anybody named Joe, but because their friend Joe got a ticket to go watch the football team on the 50-yard line, they decided to go and do that instead, or baseball, or going fishing, or hanging out with their girlfriends, or going to a whatever. It doesn't apply to any gender. I'm just using these as examples to explain this mixed message thing, because that can leave us feeling very confused and unfulfilled because we don't know what's going on. This is something that's going to change with your person. No more mixed messages. No more of not knowing where you stand, because this person is growing up and they want to have this great big love with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? Light bulb moment. Well, yes. The light bulb has come on for your person, and it is a 100-watt extended life light bulb that will never go out. It will never shatter. It will never break. It will never be dimmed, because your person sees the light. Hallelujah. They see it all. They understand. They get it now, because they have gone through this transformation and growth that they've needed to in order to be the partner they need to be for you. This is important that they have this. And it's important that that light bulb stays on in your person's head as well, because it's what's giving them a clearer perspective and a better understanding of themselves. Why they did all of this stuff to hurt you. You didn't deserve it, did you? No, you didn't. You just love them and want to be with them and spend time with them. But they created all of this craziness because they were hurt in the past or betrayed in the past. We've all been betrayed in the past. We work through it and make sure it doesn't happen again. That is what we're supposed to do anyway. But for some people, unfortunately, it can happen again. But what is happening? This light bulb is staying on with your person, and they are working through and dealing with all of the things that have held them back from being able to be in this relationship with you, because they desire this future with you and they want this great big love with you, and that is what they are saying here. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What is happening here? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know about what is going on with this whole situation, please? Snooping. Well, what a cute little kitty. Drive-by. Stalking social media. Psychic tarot readings. Maybe your person is getting tarot readings themselves. Maybe they're watching some channels on YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. This is really more about them trying to snoop into your life to see what's going on, because they may feel that they have made a big, epic boo-boo here in how they treated you. And they may be feeling a little apprehensive about reaching out to you, but they will. They will reach out. They're just kind of like trying to figure out what's going on with you. They may be looking at your social media. They may be trying to find out what's going on with you from people that you know. They may be, well, driving by your house. Obviously, if you're living in the same town, that can be happening as well. But they are trying to see what is going on in your life, because they may not really know, because you're not having communication at the moment, which of course is their fault and something that they will remedy. But they're trying to see if you're still available, because I feel that what's happening for this person is they're acknowledging that they may have done so much damage that you may not be willing to talk to them, which is why they're kind of like doing the Snoopy thing here. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know about this situation? What is going on here? What does the universe want to reveal? Both feet in. Well, this is about your person coming back and sticking both feet in with you and being able to put forth the effort and energy to rebuild this relationship and give you guys this opportunity for a long-term partnership. When they return, all of this stuff, all of this childish behavior, all of these games will be a thing of the past. They're not going to bring that back into this relationship with you, because your person is gone through this transformation, and they know that in order to show back up in your life, they need to show you that they are ready for this great big love with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know, please? Well, clarity. Yes, they see clearly. They get it now. They've had a fresh perspective, and that comes back to that light bulb moment as well. And also being able to see the big picture here. This big picture. They see things from a different perspective. This is why they're taking accountability and ownership for the things that they did in this relationship that were so hurtful. This is why they're going through this transformation and change. And this is why they're growing up as well, because they have had this light bulb moment. And like I said, that 100-watt light bulb that never dies is going to stay forever illuminated in your person's mind. At least that is what needs to happen here, guys, okay? It's what needs to happen for this person. But I do feel that it is going to, because they've also had the clarity of what it's like to not have you in their life. And they don't like, at the moment, they don't like how that feels. They don't like not having your presence around. This is why they're going to see if you're willing to start over with that Ace of Wands, because they know that they made a lot of mistakes here. Let's just call it like that. They did make a lot of mistakes, and they probably, for many of you out there as well, they did a lot of damage, and they know they need to fix that. They know they need to repair that. They know they need to show up humble, to apologize, and show you that yes, they are changing and transforming, and that they can be this person who is ready for this great big love, but also someone who can tell you their true feelings, to let down their guard and let you in. That is what this person is doing here, because they want to jump in with both feet. Let's see, and be devoted to you and to this relationship. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear for today, please? What do we need to know? Intuition, heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing. So if your person is feeling this melancholy that comes with that moon card, you guys may be feeling it as well. So kind of like know that you may not be as melancholy or as emotional for yourselves as you may think, because you do share this powerful empathy with each other. And if they are thinking about you and feeling all of this oogie stuff that they're taking ownership of, you may be picking up from this person as well. You do share empathy and telepathy and a powerful intuition with this person, because you have that kind of connection with them. But what's more important for this intuition card today is your own inner knowing. What do you know? What do you feel about this connection with your person? Do you feel that it is completely done? Do you feel that they are completely gone from your life? Do you believe that they can go through this transformation and change that they have been going through during the time that you have been away from each other? Or do you feel that they can't do it? This is about your own inner knowing, trusting your own intuition, listening to your angels, listening to your guides, listening to what you know as your truth within yourself, that inner guidance that speaks to you in that very soft, quiet, small space in your heart and in your soul, not with all that stuff that you think about and worry about, because all that stuff is in your head, right? This is about what you're feeling in your heart and your soul. Trust that. When you start to have doubts about what's going on in this situation with your person, trust what you feel. Believe in what you feel, and know that the people upstairs are working towards bringing this situation with your person back together so the two of you can have and experience this great big love. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear for this reading? What do we need to know, please? Apology. Well, yes. Of course, your person is going to apologize. I feel like that should be the first step, and it may be a series of apologies. They may just fall to their knees and just beg you to forgive them, because your person is awakening. They are waking up to the power of this connection. Although they've always felt it, they just perhaps were not willing to acknowledge it or talk about it with you. But this is about them wanting to ask you to forgive them in a very real and meaningful way. It's also about them wanting to return to you and see if you're even willing to have this Ace of Wands fresh start with them, because you have unfinished business that comes with the wheel. They may not know. They're going to take the risk, though. They're going to find the courage and the confidence. They'll stop snooping around, trying to find out what's going on with you on the sly, and show up to talk to you or start communicating with you, because they do want to apologize. And this is one of the things that they are definitely awakened to, that they owe you an apology for all of these things that they did that were so hurtful to you that you didn't deserve. And this is the action they're going to take: to apologize, to express their regret, to tell you that all of the reasons why they did it as well, not as excuses, but taking ownership for the things that they did wrong in this relationship with you. Because as they show up for this fresh start, they're going to be real. They're going to talk about their feelings. They're going to tell you everything about all of it, about why they acted the way they did, about this past betrayal stuff and anything else that's been emotional baggage that they've been dragging around, because your person has become this phoenix rising from the ashes to be reborn by the power of the universe and by this great big love that exists between you. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching and allowing us to share your journey. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you. Have a great day, everyone.